Previously on Survivor. After Kara was rocked out, Cooper questioned why Akshay would flip on him.
There's no more idols in the game!
Yes, there is.
Did he show you the clue he found?
No.
Why would he need the clue?
And after going to rocks for Cooper, Old Maison joined up with him to create a new majority.
Having our Maison meeting, of which I am now included.
You're a Maison.
I am now included.
Knowing one of them was going home, each Neela member took a different approach to secure their safety. Angela worked closely with Liz, Tarowski let the paranoia of his potential idol seep in, Thal played down his threat level, and Akshay stayed quiet, with personal issues taking precedent.
I haven't reached out to anyone all week, honestly, and I've been told that it's not me.
Throughout the week, Liz seemed to be the center of the majority of gameplay, even accidentally connecting with Thal at a bar.
Now, I'm kind of talking to him, which is so weird because I had never
But it was Brittany who realized the significance of her social game.
I'm telling you, Liz is the sun, and everyone revolves around her.
At the end of the week, Tarowski was the name everyone wanted to write down, but with the fear of an idol being played, Maison plus Cooper opted to take out an easier target in Angela.
Angela, drag your torch.
8 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
Wow. Thanks.
They think we were going to vote Akshay because Akshay had just betrayed us the week before. And so we'd be angry and vote him, saying Akshay will never work with us, so let's vote him. So we didn't want to vote it because we were scared the idol would be played on him. I wanted to vote Tarowski the entire time, but because I was immune, nobody would listen to me. My plan would have worked because there's no idol played. I knew there was no idol. I knew he did not find one. And so I was very annoyed. But anyways, we went with Angela, and it was upsetting just voting off another girl and now being 3 to 5 in gender. Part of me is happy Angela went home just because it weakens Liz a little bit. Because Liz had Angela in her back pocket. They became really close. Just the fact that Cooper stuck with us, we were able to go down 4 to 6 for Maison, and now the fact that it's 4-4, that was a win for me.
So what was the deal? You vote for Tarowski and then
You want them to split the votes?
just vote for Tarowski and you don't get voted out or something? I mean, it's not much of a secret at this point. You want to fill us in?
There was no deal.
There was no deal. He didn't tell us.
Okay.
We
Straight.
were
Just to
I got it.
screw you vote?
I had no idea. I did not want Angela going home. But just when I saw that vote, I was just so upset. I was like, why did it have to be Angela, the person I trust the most out of the leftover Neelas? Oh, let's get rid of her now. It's you like Lavana? Cool, we're getting rid of her. You like Angela? We're getting rid of her too. It's just let's just get rid of everyone actually trusts.
It ended up basically being my decision that we voted out Angela, and that probably looked weird because you would think I'd want to keep Angela because she was probably most likely to work with me out of those people. But after talking about it for a very long time with everyone right before Tribal, Cooper and Leia weren't gonna let it be Akshay. So he was not an option. Brittany claims she was the only one who wanted it to be Tarowski and that her plan was Tarowski and no one would listen to her. She may have mentioned Tarowski, but we all wanted it to be Tarowski and we just were too scared to vote him. If it couldn't be Akshay and it couldn't be Tarowski, it was between Angela and Thal. And out of those two, I did think Thal was potentially more likely to get an idol played for him, but I also didn't think anyone, if Tarowski had an idol, why would he play it for, he has no allies at this point. He wouldn't play it for anyone else but himself. So it was stupid to even consider. So honestly, I wanted to save Thal because no one knows that I've been talking to Thal, and saying I would vote out Angela looks like I'm being super loyal to the 5. It's a way for me to say I don't care who we vote out, I'm willing to vote out anyone because I'm with you 5. And so it made more sense for me to keep a potential ally who people don't know about, and then I look like I have less connections, I'm less with her.
Now 2 of my 3 best allies are out of the game. Like that, after I thought I was on top of the world, I know that most people think that my idol is fake at this point, which it is. So I can't really go with the same strategy of just laying low and hoping they don't vote for me. Also because they can now split the votes if they bring in Akshay, who hates me now and is gonna vote for me no matter what. So trying to survive on the mysteriousness, the mystery of an idol isn't gonna work.
All right, you guys ready to get to today's immunity challenge?
Yes.
All right, first things first, Brittany, I gotta take it back.
Okay, sure. It's been a lot of places this week. It's traveled around Michigan.
Well, individual immunity is back up for grabs, and today we have a tournament style game. Today we are playing cornhole. It's going to be single style elimination tournament. Everyone will have 4 throws of beanbag. The person with the highest amount of points will move on to the next round. You make a sinker, you get 3 points. If you make it on, you get 1 point. Everyone understand? All right, let's draw for spots. All right, first up is Saul and Brittany. That's 1 for Brittany. 1 apiece. Brittany is up by 1. It is now tied. Still tied. Saul sinks it. It's up by 3. Brittany needs to drain it in order to tie. And like that, Saul advances to the next round. Brittany, you have been eliminated. All right, next up is Tarowski and Akshay. Tarowski with 1. Ooh. They're going too fast and sinking too many. Oh! It is still tied. Akshay advances with 1 more point. Tarowski, you've been eliminated. All right, next up is Cooper and Mitch. Cooper with 1 point. Mitch ties it up. Cooper up by 1. And Mitch sinks it, up by 2 points. Mitch up by 3 points. And like that, Mitch moves on to the next round. Cooper, you've been eliminated. All right, last up is Leia versus Liz. Leia sinks it. Liz follows up with the sinker. Leia up by 1. Ooh, almost knocked off. Leia up by 4, and that means Leia.
Oh, no, you can knock her off and go in.
That's true.
All right, I got this.
Liz,
This is
if you
gonna be
can-
incredible. You all watch.
You can knock her off.
Okay,
and sing.
I mean, I am an athlete. Okay.
Well, she got it in, but it does not matter. Leia, you advance to the
Good
next
job,
round.
Leia.
All right, for the second round of the tournament, we have Thal versus Akshay. Line up. Sing Sing. Thal by 2. Thal by 5. Thal by 2 now. Thal by 3. Now 2. Gets to sink it, but he doesn't. Thal advances to the next round. Akshay, you've been eliminated. Next up is Mitch versus Leia. She sinks it, 3 points. Leia up by 2. Leia up by 1. By 2 again. Up by 1. And 2, he needs to sink it to win. And he does! Mitch advances to the final round. Alright, the final round is Thal versus Mitch. Come on down. Thal with 1 point. Mitch sinks it, up by 2 points. Mitch up by 3 points. Mitch up by 2. But he sinks it. Thal, you have a chance to knock your own in. Sure. Mitch is up by 5, but you can get it somehow in. From downtown! He completely misses Mitch. You've won individual immunity. Alright, Mitch, come and take your individual immunity. I can't put it on. It's like stretchy. It's terrible. I apologize. Alright, Mitch is safe from the vote this week. Cannot go home, but one of you will become the 3rd member of the jury at the next tribal council. Got nothing else for you. Head on out.
It's all yours. You could have it.
Alright, we're walking back from the final 8 challenge. Let me get over here. Alright, so this happens to be the original 4, the only 4 Neela left.
After tribal council, I walked back with Cooper, Akshay, and Tarowski. We're talking and we were asking if anybody has any idea about any idols or anything like that, and Tarowski all of a sudden goes, "Oh, you mean this one?" and pulls out the fake idol. I had to act shocked. I'm like, "Oh wow, like can I see that?" I had to take a look at it. This whole thing, like I've seen it 1,000 times. I fucking ordered it online, and
I whipped it out in front of everyone just to troll them. I was clowning around. I figured why not? Because they all know I have it. So like this, like showing it to them doesn't mean it's real or fake. But I have this.
Then Cooper left, and then it was just me, Akshay, and Tarowski, and the 3 of us got into a little bit of an argument, mostly between Akshay and Tarowski, where Akshay just voted for Tarowski, and he was claiming it was a loyalty vote at that point.
You only voted with me because you wanted my idol. You didn't do it for me, you didn't do it for Neela, and you did it for the idol. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I think that we've both lied to each other. Like, oh, yeah, I've lied to him. He's lied to me too, and he's not acknowledging that. He was like, like I voted for you. I stuck with Neela. I was like,
I think the vote for Tarowski, which nobody knew was coming, actually helped me in the game big time, which wasn't actually the goal going in. It was just like last week was just such a rough week that like I wasn't thinking strategy for like 99% of the week. And then Brittany, Liz, and Cooper specifically were just so supportive of me the entire time. So I just felt like with that kind of support that's not even part of the game, it was just as a person, I couldn't vote for any of them and I just wouldn't feel right voting for any of them. And then on top of that, Tarowski's BS deal, where he was just like, vote for me, and I'll give you this idol, which now is completely fake. But I didn't know that at the time, and I wanted all to see how untrustworthy this guy is.
We should be working more together than we are. I literally saw you once this week, Tarowski. I didn't even meet up with you, Akshay. Like, we could be doing more to save our asses. I don't know what the fuck we can do.
But he was ridiculous, and apparently he thought it was like a personal attack on him because I put one vote on him. I was like, sort of, yes, but no, not at all. Like,
we work with Akshay and give him a random name and see who we vote. So you never tell Akshay who we're actually.
Everyone wants Tarowski out. Yeah. So if we can figure out like if he has an idol, if he doesn't have it, like if we can figure out like how it's gonna be played.
Liz told me something interesting on our phone call, which was that Cooper was pushing for it to be me after he and I had met and talked the day of tribal council. He said Alex seems really comfortable and confident that he's not going home, so I think he's the last person that would get the idol, so we should vote him out instead of Angela. Which is crazy because he really genuinely seemed like he wanted to work with me at that point and that he was trying to keep me around. So thank you, Liz, for shedding some light on that.
Mitch and I had kind of planned to meet, and so he came over to my place. And I already kind of knew what he was going to say because Leia had pretty much told me the whole conversation that was going to happen. But he pitched a final three with me, him, and Brittany. And I pretty much just said I was on board, like I wanted to go to the final five with the Maison, and it was good to have a final three within that. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just kind of doing that to make me feel comfortable and want to go to the final five with all Maison people.
He went to Cooper and pitched final three of him, Cooper, and Brittany, so that like it would look like Cooper had multiple paths to the final three, which like...
Liz would obviously be like almost impossible to beat in the end.
Yes.
And Leia's also up there. So
Leia's
like,
very talented.
I definitely think the Liz argument has merit. I do not want to go to the final three or final two, whatever it's going to be, with Liz. She's just really friendly and a lot of people like her.
Liz could win.
Liz could
kick our ass.
Liz could win.
But
people hate me. The other people.
But you've played a good game, and you got to admit, when it comes down to the voting at the end, they vote for people who played a good game.
Sometimes, I don't know. Would you take me to the end?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
Because there's no one who I can beat.
That's a lie. You would beat Mitch and Brittany.
I hate Brittany so much.
Oh well. But I can't campaign this week. You understand why or no?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Two sides right now are pretty black and white. We'll have to see about next vote.
The day after the challenge or so, it's about 5:30 at night. I'm walking to go get dinner, and I'm looking at my phone, and on the screen comes a text and group me from George. Hi everyone, I just thought it'd be great to give you guys some awesome University of Michigan study tips. The best place on campus to study is the Ugly. It's great, and when you want a study break, you can even check out the bulletin board to find out what's hot on campus. Have fun studying. Not very subtle from George, very obviously a clue. So I'm at Ross, and with full backpack, full jacket, I sprint across campus. I think I'm the first one there, and right on the board there's a sign, and it gives the exact location of where the idol is located, which is to the right of Hatcher. So that's just a couple footsteps away. I run out the door, and immediately I'm surrounded by Cooper, Liz, and Akshay, all four of us looking, and then Tarowski's not far behind.
That's awesome, really great. And idols in the game, like that creates a little more chaos, which is good for me. And maybe I can find it and do some really great things with it and potentially gain a lot of power. And oh, I'm on North Campus. If you don't go to Michigan, North Campus is hell on earth.
I considered not even looking for it because this is a class that like I've kind of missed a couple times and I didn't really want to just leave. But then I was like, I am so invested in this game at this point. Like, I'm gonna go find this idol. It was raining and I was wearing these like high-heeled boots and I probably just looked like an idiot. I was like sprinting.
It was raining and cold and I know all the dirt of Ann Arbor. I know every little electrical thing. I know all the piping. There's no idol.
I'm sure someone said while we were out there, like, George wants us to record this, but like, I'm too busy searching, like I can't record. Like, pretty sure that's how everyone felt. They're like, I'm too busy looking, like no time to record. I am probably the worst idol hunter in the history of regular college, like any survivor, like ever. I don't even know. I've had so many clues, been looking in the right spot so many times, and I just like can't find it. Like, it's like, it just like hides, it camouflages itself when I'm looking.
Honestly, when I saw that clue, I wasn't 100% sure where it was or what the clue meant, but Cooper showed up right behind me and he immediately knew that it meant Hatcher and he knew exactly where it was, so Cooper basically led me exactly to where it was, so thank you, Cooper. This beautiful necklace. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm gonna wear it now.
Right when I kind of ran back and like I knew no one was looking, I texted Mitch and said I found it because I wanted to tell him right away, so that he knew that like I trusted him enough to like immediately tell him. I really do think that he like has my back. Like, we've been like working together since literally day one. Like, he texted me like right after the first challenge. I like know he has my back. If he doesn't, then like good for him, honestly, because he's convinced me that he does. So, you know, I would consider playing the idol for other people. Probably not. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't play it for anyone else at this point.
So I think my best move at the moment is to keep it quiet, not tell Leia, and hope Liz plays it before Final 5 so me and Leia can vote her or Cooper once we get to that point. Regardless, very happy Liz has it versus Tarowski. I think it makes the idol that Tarowski has more likely to be a fake, making this week a hell of a lot easier. So that I'm happy about. Well, my biggest asset in the game is certainly my relationship with Leia, because we tell each other everything, and basically, since nobody associates us, no plan is going to go by us. Because if Liz wants to flip, she'll either go through me or Leia. If Brittany wants to flip, she'll do the same, and we'll tell each other. I had brought up the fact that me, Liz, and Brittany were all aware of a photo that we found on Facebook with her and Cooper. And it was basically them at a party for Halloween. And I've known about it for a little, and it got me nervous, because I do have so much trust in her. I'm only telling you this because, like, it doesn't change anything for me, and like, if you guys are friends and that, like, whatever, that's fine. Like, I still, like, I want to make sure you know that I'm in the same boat, and like, it's something that we may have to deal with in the future, because Brittany and Liz are very concerned about that possibility that you guys are friends, and I'm not. It doesn't matter to me. You're still like my closest person in the game.
The only reason I haven't told you is because it looks bad. Like, I have been more loyal to you for a long time. I think probably from the time I told you about my idol, which I told him about the idol before I played it, because I didn't want him to see me play an idol and surprise him.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him like the day before.
Okay, so you guys have something.
Cooper and I are friends. We're not, and he knows that we talk.
Oh.
I told him about, okay, actually, you have to understand, I told him about it before I knew I could, like, before we really had a real relationship. Like, we had verbally said, let's work together.
Her and Cooper were in the same dorm freshman year. They hang out every week. They play poker together, and that they knew each other. When they saw each other on day one, they agreed to have a secret cross-tribe alliance where they didn't tell each other anything. It's very scary. But at the same time, it's also good, because it confirmed my belief, my suspicions about why Cooper would want to be with us five. And it's because he thinks he has Leia as somebody who's going to take him to the end. And now what we have to do is keep Cooper secure within the group. Cooper cannot know that I know about them too. And it makes me, and it puts me in a very powerful position, because on one side, we have Brittany and Liz, who think I'm scared of Leia and Cooper and would never want to go to the finals with them, so I'm tight with those three. And then there's Cooper and Leia, who think that I'm scared of Liz and would never want to go with her to the final and would want to go to those three. So I think for these next couple weeks, I'll be the glue of this alliance, and I have a lot of work cut out for me because there's skepticism on both sides, and I'm the only one who really knows the full truth of everything. So it's both an exciting and a scary position to be in, but there's nobody better suited to be in it than me.
I basically already just told the 3 people in that alliance that I trust the most, Liz, Brittany, and Cooper, that I'm voting Tarowski. Like, again, regardless of what, like, they don't need to tell me their plan. It's just like, my vote is Tarowski again. So from what I got from Cooper, who's still willing to trust me, thank God, and from Liz, who actually is also still willing to trust me because I voted Tarowski, they're gonna try and convince that alliance of 5 to put 3 on Thal and 2 on Tarowski plus my vote for Tarowski, which would make it 3-3, and then 2 for whoever the hell Thal and Tarowski vote for, which is awesome, because in my mind, if Tarowski's idol's fake, which I'm almost sure it is, he's gone. But if it's somehow actually real, Thal's gone. So not a big deal either way.
Alright, so
why did you want to meet?
I just feel like I'm floundering in the game, and I feel like you are too, probably.
Yeah.
And I just sort of feel like I have Tarowski left, and he's kind of the last person I want to work with because people see us as such a duo, and like I feel like he just brings the target onto me. Plus his fake idol bullshit is just
biggest challenge thread, biggest idol thread. He needs to go, and then. You know, after that, I can work with Thal. I don't trust Thal completely because he did take out Lavana and would have taken out me if he didn't have Tarowski's idol. But if it'll get me further in the game, of course I'll work with him. I trust him way more than I can ever trust Tarowski.
So what I need to do this week is reestablish connections that I brushed aside while I was laying low.
Oh, also I forgot about the detail before the tied vote, final 10. I'm scrambling. I'm calling everyone. I'm pacing around my house.
I poured my heart out to her. We talked for like an hour and a half, walked her through every single thing that's happened since the previous time we had met one-on-one, which was before the Rock Draw Tribal Council.
He basically is so desperate and just like needs someone to work with because he literally has no allies unless Thal really is a lot more with him than he's saying he is. He's like, I have nothing, like I have nowhere to go, I don't know what to do. And you know, like I'm a vote and everything, and like obviously like Tarowski's going to pitch that to me because he has no other options, but like he's not completely wrong. And so, you know, like, and I had already been kind of thinking about that like before he pitched that to me, like, you know, I almost worry less about Tarowski than Akshay.
The conversation culminated in me telling her my idol is fake because I know that people knowing whether it's real or fake doesn't matter at this point. So I just want to be as open and honest as possible with hopes that someone wants to work with me.
If he was telling me the truth, no one's gonna believe he was telling me the truth, so it doesn't even matter if I tell anyone. And if I want to have some sort of trust with Tarowski, might as well not tell anyone. And then also, like, if they do believe that it's fake, then that's a reason for them to just want to vote Tarowski this week and just get him out. So, like, I don't think I need to tell anyone. That's
What she's saying is that they're all just assuming that Akshay's going to vote for me. And then they can split the votes between me and Akshay.
okay. But if we told that to Akshay that was their plan,
But he would still just do it to vote me out.
Why would he do that? I feel like
Because he's an idiot. He's just so spiteful against me.
Is he?
I think he is.
Just because of this idol thing?
Yeah, even though he fucking turned on me first. I saved him.
Oh, and I met with Tarowski tonight, and within the first 5 minutes of meeting him, he lied. Within the first 5 minutes, he said something along the lines of, "Oh, I've never talked to Liz." And I, like, almost said out loud, "Are you sure about that? You guys met at 12 o'clock today," but I, like, did not have the guts to do that, so I just, like, nodded my head and we moved on.
When I talked to Brittany, she said that they hadn't really come to a full decision, and that they're probably going to decide the day of like they did last time. But Liz told me that they have decided on Akshay, and that Brittany was one of the ones that was like, why don't we just vote out Tarowski now? So I don't really know who's lying to me. I'm hearing a million different things. But for some reason, I do kind of believe that they're voting out Akshay. My threat level is as low as it will ever be in this game. Like, now is not the time to take me out. I am a free vote swimming around waiting for a hook to grab onto.
I'm down with the splitting plan personally. The votes are like 100% going my way because Tarowski doesn't like me, and
we all know like Akshay is a really tempting person to take to the end. And so if we keep Akshay this week, like my concern is that like somebody, you know, wants to keep him over like one of the 5. And so my pitch was kind of like, you know, we should get rid of Akshay this week if we want to keep like the 5 of us strong for sure, because who wants to take Tarowski or Thal to the end? I really, in our meeting with the 5, I really pushed for it to be Akshay this week, and I worry that I pushed too hard and it looked too much like I want to keep Tarowski for some reason. I really tried to make it not seem like that because I had just met with Tarowski and like I told them all that, and I was trying to say, you know, like, look, like I'm not trying to work with Tarowski at all. It's just like that, you know, Tarowski has nowhere to go. He has nothing. He has like no options. Akshay has options. You know, like Tarowski has no allies at this point. Tarowski really, like, people see him as this like super villain almost, this like huge threat, but like I'd rather keep him around for a vote or two than like Akshay, who like everyone wants to take to the end. So
Liz has played. I think her social game is horrible, the way she treats me and the way she talks to Leia and the way she talks to people and how she's so open about how close she and Mitch are.
the thing is, like, this is my fault, but I think like lately I've gotten like frustrated with Brittany a couple times, and I worry that like I upset her by getting frustrated with her because like Brittany is so sweet. Like, I love her. She's a great person, but sometimes she's frustrating to work with because like when you try to tell her something, it just like takes a long time to like get it through to her. She never wants to do anything against like the obvious thing that we would do. I don't know, like I do trust her and I want to work with her, but like if she's never willing to like consider anything, then it's like, I don't know, it just like gets annoying.
I don't really know how much to like put out there.
Yeah.
And like that's not meant to be like I don't trust you, but like there's just an idol floating out there.
Okay.
And it's like
it's very clear that Miz on has it, right?
I personally think it's Mitch or Liz.
I'm pretty confident it's Mitch.
Okay.
Met with Cooper, and that was a little more of an interesting conversation. I really tried to push hard on him that I wanted to work with him specifically, and I apologized again for the Final 10 stuff, and I was like, look dude, like, our conversation before that, it was genuine. I really thought there was a good chance Tarowski was going home. I wish he had gone home.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Tarowski and Akshay are just as desperate as me.
Yeah.
In that, you know, if people come to us, I don't think it'll be a quick turnaround back and tell someone else. Like, I kind of feel like if opportunities fall in our hands, like, we're going to take those. So
Yeah.
it might be a first come, first serve kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, he can't confirm or deny anything, but I started sort of thinking out loud, and the way he was talking about it made it sound like a split vote, so I was like, it sounds like you might be splitting the votes, and he's like, I can't say anything, and I'm like, so should I maybe be voting for Tarowski or Akshay? And he says, you know, like, I can't confirm anything, you may or may not get votes this week, but I think you're safe.
Yeah, I want you to like feel better after this conversation.
Yeah, I do feel better. And he was just like, I'm not saying anything, you know, I'm not confirming or denying, but he was sort of like implying that I was on the right track. But he also said,
did he tell you specifically you were safe?
He did. Also, sorry, just only do, back and sides.
Yeah.
Don't, yeah.
I know they're so distracting. It actually like.
This has every...
They're so fun.
This is just unbelievable. There must be infinite positions of this thing. Had a long conversation with Liz, which was really nice to finally sit down with her, not at a bar, and not on a phone, but in person. And we talked for probably an hour about everything.
I guess like currently looks like I'm kind of in the majority, you're kind of in the minority.
Definitely, that's what it's seeming like.
But that's what it seems like. I'm also like very nervous though. Yeah.
She is becoming one of my closest allies. I really was working hard to be as trustworthy as possible and convince her that she can trust me and that I have no reason to go to anybody else and that I tell her everything and I don't tell anyone else anything about her and I tell her that what Cooper said to me, or that he highly insinuated that they were splitting the votes between me and Tarowski. She says, that's weird because that's not true. We're splitting the votes between Tarowski and Akshay, which lines up with what she told Tarowski.
And the reason I like having Fall around is because I know that like people might tell him if there were a potential plan to like get me out, because no one thinks he's talking to me, and so they might like want to use him for a vote to take me out. And so if there were like any chance of that, I think he would tell me.
So it could be me, but I really don't think it is, based on what they've said and based on what Liz has said. Liz and my relationship is still completely secret as far as I understand, which is awesome. I tell her everything that I do to earn her trust as much as possible. So that's the plan. As far as I understand it, that's what Liz has told me, and since then she said that nothing has changed. So
the past few weeks on this season, like, me and Cooper have been at this war. We butted heads, and at the final 10, it culminated in this huge stalemate between me and him. And he's the one that gives people this smirk. I hate his smirk. I said it in my last confessional. I'll say it again. His little like little face he gives.
I don't know. I'm okay with it. I came into this game and I knew I was gonna lie to people and like flip flop and not stay with one alliance the whole game. So, I mean, yeah. If you call that person a snake, like fine, but like it's like people win doing that. So, I'm fine with it.
So if Cooper is coming to you about next week's vote, why wouldn't he also be coming to me if he thinks Akshay's going home? If he tells you that, like, I want to vote with you next week, say, like, all right, like, I want to trust you, that, like, can you tell me what's happening this week? And if he says there's any way I'm going home, then we have to blow it up. Right?
I guess so.
There would be no other thing to do. That would have to be it. I mean, it's either, in that scenario, you lose me or you lose Cooper. I mean...
No, it's I lose you or I lose everyone in the game's trust.
You'd be around until 6, the way that the voting's gonna go.
Wow.
If
So you guys have already decided the next person.
Yeah.
So it's Akshay, Tarowski, or Tarowski, Akshay.
Yeah. So what's happening tonight is
I will now bring in the jury. Angela voted out at the last tribal council. Alright, I know it's cold, so I'll try to get through this quick. Liz, obviously based on last week's vote, it seems that Old Maison plus Cooper is sticking together. Is that what's happening again?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, last time I just said yes. I don't really know what more to say this time, but yeah.
Cooper, obviously there's a little bit of an interesting situation this week. A potential clue was put in a potential building, the Ugly, and potentially there is an advantage, an idol, something out there. What do you guys do knowing you're in the majority and potentially one of the 3 in the minority could have it?
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to stay away from any person that we think could have that. So I guess that was a factor that was talked about when we were deciding who to vote for this week.
Well, Tarowski, obviously you're someone who is known for a certain situation when it comes to idols and advantages. Have you... Well, is it something that you could use to your advantage? Have you basically come to them saying that you might have it? What's your game plan this week?
Just like them, I'm taking it week by week.
Actually, everyone is very stagnant right now. It seems like no one wants to slip up and say anything
How
wrong.
cold it is. We just want to get this done as fast as possible.
Well, is it as cold, or is it because potentially, if you three are one of the ones going home, you, Drowski, and Thal, do you think that you guys don't want to say the wrong thing, and then it's you going home instead of one of the others?
That might be their thoughts. Mine is just get this done as fast as possible.
Brittany, what was your game plan this week? Have you talked to the other side at all, or are you just sticking with your group and talking with them?
My game plan was first to figure out who had the idol, and I narrowed it down to 6 people, and there's 8 of us here. After that, it was to stick with my people and keep going.
Mitch, obviously you are safe this week. Does it feel good knowing that no matter what, even if there's some crazy flip, that you're safe?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Of course it feels good, yes. But I mean, safety is relative. If one of my alliance people gets voted off this week, I may be safe, but is that a good thing for me? No.
Thal, as someone on the bottom of a tribe, what does someone like you do to keep yourself in this game?
I've been trying to make everybody happy. And, picking up a lot of firewood around camp. Caught a fish yesterday. I don't know. It's really difficult, and right now I don't know if I'm staying or not. It's just try and get what you can out of these people, but they're good. They're tight.
Well, Cooper, obviously you were part of the last Neela, and now you've joined up with the old Maison.
A little bit.
Do you have anything to say to the people you flipped on? Is there... I'm just saying, you made a decision to flip. Is there anything you want to say to them about anything?
I mean, thanks for all writing my name down. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, they wrote my name. Like, they went to Rocks. Like, they didn't flip, and they went to Rocks to try to get me out. So like, for me to work with them is kind of that's not really a thing anymore.
Well, Leia, obviously when it gets down to this kind of numbers and you have 5 and you have 3, isn't it around this kind of the time when you think, well, could I potentially be on the bottom of this 5, and maybe I should get some of the people on the other side that are down in numbers to take them out?
I think that's certainly a thought for everyone sitting here, but it comes down to the idea that within the 5, it is possible for everyone to believe that they're not on the bottom, and time will tell whether or not they're right, but in terms of sticking together, that's what it takes.
Yeah, George, before the last tribal, I talked to Cooper, and I was like, all right, dude, you're obviously the 5th person in a 5-person alliance. If you don't flip now, then your game is over already. And he is convinced he is a part of the 5, so if he is convinced, then all of them must be convinced as well. So people won't budge.
Liz, you're obviously shaking your head. You're saying, we love you, we love you. But again, in saying, we love you, don't you think there's kind of a separation there where it's kind of you 4 and then Cooper?
I don't think it's like that. I mean, we did go to Rocks for him. Like Cooper said, his old alliance went to Rocks specifically to get him out. So, well, actually, no. They would have said that they wanted. Never mind. But anyway, so it just ignore that. But yeah. So anyway, I think everybody has their own agenda, as I've said before, and who knows what's going to happen. But I don't think it's necessarily for Maison plus Cooper.
All right, well, only time will tell if there's any cracks in the 5, but tonight we're going to see who goes home. Liz, you're first.
I really hope that your idol's fake, because it's about time for you to go.
Alright, just hoping something weird doesn't happen.
Your pride was momentary, your fall is permanent. See you later.
Alright, I'm going to tally the votes. You, Harry. Alright, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and they want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Tarowski. One vote Tarowski. Tarowski. 2 votes Tarowski. Akshay. 2 votes Tarowski, 1 vote Akshay. Akshay. 2 votes Tarowski, 2 votes Akshay. Akshay. 3 votes Akshay, 2 votes Tarowski. Tarowski. 3 votes Akshay, 3 votes Tarowski. Akshay. 4 votes Akshay, 3 votes Tarowski. Person voted out, and our third member of the jury, Akshay. Come grab your torches. Akshay, tribe has spoken.
I don't have to sit in the cold anymore. I'm out.
Alright, well, even though it's a blind side, it's still 5-2, and things look bleak, but you never know what can happen in Survivor. Grab your things, head on out. Next time on Survivor. Fall purposely voted for Tarowski, and now they're staging a fight.
Alright, I have no allies.
And it looks like the Maisons plus Cooper are about to explode.
I can make Cooper feel confident, but Liz is scared about me.
What happens if Liz does go home?
Definitely didn't see that coming completely, but not 100% shocked either. You know, whenever it's a split, you know something bad could happen. I really thought they'd do Tarowski Thal just because it really didn't make sense for them to take out me when there's an Alex available. It really cost them because, quite frankly, having both Alexes still on the game over this little brown kid that's never won an immunity challenge. Okay. That being said, I had a great time. I hope the audience doesn't hate me too much for my overacting. And definitely made some friends for life. It was very tough to do this freshman fall. Never do this freshman fall, quite frankly, if you have the option. But it was a great way to make friends, and I had a fantastic time. So thank you so much.